What's good, y'all? It's your boy Cold Blooded, and we back with another one. So by now, I'm pretty sure you guys know how I try to approach the game. I try to make everything look as realistic as possible and just be a good representation of the sport that we love. On top of that, I also want to be a great outlet for information. Try to cover all styles and things like that, and that's really hard for me to do when I myself haven't actually tapped into every style. I do know that there are big complaints about movement. I have two videos literally complaining about movement, the input delay, the momentum switching, the inability to stop on a dime, the things that you have to do to cancel the animation so that you can stop on a dime. I cover all of this in a previous video. If you guys have not seen that, check it out. With that being said, let's hop into it, man. First thing I want to clear up before we even hop into the video, and this is important, I think everybody needs to know this. When you fight somebody who goes into loose movement, don't try to counter it by doing it too. Get out of loose movement. Think of loose movement as fast retreat, right? You're gonna move backwards fast. Think of whatever your base stance is as fast approach. You're gonna move forward fast. Some other more intricate details that need to be said about the stances that I actually cover in the previous video. I'm gonna put the link in the description. That's some real key stuff that's gonna bleed into what I'm gonna talk about next that I think it's really important that you understand. But case in point, there's also the momentum transfer. So when you're in loose movement, your character has obviously he moves faster, but you're not going to be as responsive when it comes to moving side to side or just stopping on a dime. Versus if you're in your whatever your base stance is. You'll notice when you're in loose movement, your character has to completely come to a stop or a standstill, and it usually takes multiple steps to do that before you can change directions. So you're actually better off spending most of your time in the base stance, unless you're using a guy like Roy Jones or whatever, who has whatever that trait is that increases your power by 25%, but you also take 25% more damage as well. I call it glass cannon. Another thing they're really good at is pinpointing your direction. So you'll notice in this clip right here, you're gonna see me pretty much stop, pinpoint my direction before I move. And that's gonna allow me to go into that sprint. So a lot of times your character won't go into that really fast approach while already moving a certain direction. So you wanna stop, pinpoint where you're gonna go, and then immediately dive there, and then you're gonna drive that direction really fast. It's the key way of really cutting the ring off. The big thing that I think we got to realize as pressure fighters, what you guys have to realize as pressure fighters, is up until damage is scaled a bit higher and we get different punch variety, like a forward moving overhand and stuff like that, you have to cater to the scoring. Now right now, believe it or not, the scoring is actually more beneficial for the aggressor than the guy who's trying to run. If you're blocking really well and you're adept at taking full use of the manual blocking, and you're getting a lot of blocks off, the scoring will be very generous to you. Pick your spots, block really well, and you'll be shocked at how that blocking is scored. I literally go fights where I might throw maybe half of my opponent's total. I might even land half of his total too, so he's doubling my my landing total every round, but I'm winning those rounds just because my block is so high. I think it's super important that we are able to differentiate the difference between being an aggressor and being a volume puncher. I think the big problem here is a lot of guys who are trying to apply pressure in this game are also trying to be volume punchers. Just from a realistic point of view, there's not too many volume punchers in real life or throughout history that had one punch KO power. That's why they were volume punchers. They threw a lot of punches. They broke their opponents down accumulatively. What you guys want is to be more Tyson Frazier-esque. You guys want that one punch knockout power. In that respect, you got to pick your spots a little better. You got to be able to open those counter windows. The catch and shoot is there. If you get really good at catching and shooting, you'll notice crazy success in your pressure on top of everything else that I just mentioned. Again, being able to apply crazy pressure is a skill set, because at the end of the day, you do not want to be getting hit. Also, find shit that works. One of my favorite combinations, you'll see right there, boom. I like to do the step around right hook into a power lead body hook. And oh man, I recommend y'all rewind that back. But that's a big thing that I do a lot. Right there again, I did it again. But I brought the hook upstairs. You notice a lot of times when you do the step around rear hook, your opponent will always be throwing something. Usually it's a jab. Usually it's a rear hook on their side. That's the most common. So as you're going away from the rear hook on their side, it's going to open a counter window. And so if you immediately throw a lead hook on top of that to the body or the head, regardless, you usually open a counter window. That's a really good combination. I highly recommend using it. Sometimes you can do a power straight on top of that as well. So also right now in the current state of the game, damage is like super inconsistent. If any of you guys are members of the Undisputed page on Facebook, then you're probably aware already that there's a guy who's been posting photos of the hack or mod or whatever that people are using, and people are leaving comments in it, pretty much complaining that their hacks are working in reverse. It's like it's working against them. Like they activated cheat and it's really literally working against them. So I think that's pretty funny. So damage is like really inconsistent. There's been guys I've been knocking out really fast, and I feel like it's because they were trying to cheat and it worked against them. But yeah, before we even hop into that next fight, look at the punch variety here, man. I got this guy cornered. He's like trapped in here, and the punch variety here is crazy. It was cool. Shout out to him, Angel of Yes, for giving me an opportunity to just to get some work off in there and trade back and forth. So it's always fun to have these moments, man. Like some people are just like super sweaty, right? They just try hard, man. They just want to get the W, and I appreciate that. I'm like that too. I do want to get the dub. Like to be honest with you, I have 9 losses, right? I have 9 losses in ranked. And then I have like 160 fights in quick match, and I think I've lost like 5 of them as well. So I don't have a lot of losses, but I do play with a lot of different characters. I use shit. You guys saw me use KB, the Sean Porter. I got a Josh Taylor video dropping. I use a lot of different guys and just try to have some fun, man. Sean almost looked like he was about to pull his glove down there on some Lomachenko shit. Mixing the hooks with the straights and uppercuts, just using all the punches, man. Like we have more than one arm in this game, guy.
Yeah, this is for classics.
Right to the blocks. Look at that. That was weird, man. Like the shit slowed me down to a crawl right there. I could only get 2 punches off before. It was weird, man. Sometimes that happens. It's crazy. Wound up for that. Oh yeah, so we get into the fight. Oh, let's go. So just like the last video, my first time rewatching this fight, man. So y'all, we doing this together. My bad for the dogs barking in the background. This is all in real time. Good 2-piece from Canelo right there. He get the appropriate side, getting through my guard. Solid. You know how I do. I come out. I'm looking for an opportunity to press, obviously, because I got Sean Porter. He's got that perk to increase chance to get knockdowns with the right hand. So I want to get as much right hand work as possible. We'll see if I can tap into that percentage at all. But at the same time, I want to be real measured and careful. I want to get as many blocks off as possible. Jab into the lead hook. So I like what this Canelo's doing, man. Some lateral movement to start. But he's doing lateral movement from his base stance. He's not using loose movement, so he's always ready, and he's always able to make a precise move. I consider this a precision stance. As you see, I haven't really started throwing anything yet. There we go. My objective at this point is to take it slow. Don't show him my hand just yet, and then catch and shoot. You see him getting them counter windows now. Yup. Catch and shoot, catch and shoot. That's how you do it. And hopefully he starts to see now that it's going to be really hard to get his normal work done against me, because I'm going to make him pay every time. And so he's going to fall back. Ooh, good counter by him right there, and I responded immediately. Good block. Boy, good block. Catch and shoot. Yep. Made a miss. Awesome. Made a miss again. I should have probably jabbed or something right there just to get some lights going. overhand. There we go. Notice how I rolled around the side like that, only because he's so jab heavy. And then go. So I rolled around the side right there because he's so jab heavy. So I knew I would end up going around a jab and opening a window. And then I jumped on him immediately when I saw that hook come out so slow. It told me his stamina was down. I'm gonna take full advantage of that. Got round 2 right here. He landed some real good stuff off the rip. Gotta get those blocks going. Now you see, I'm like chest to chest right there. That's one of my favorite combinations right there. I'll do the back, the pull back straight into a hard power uppercut with the same arms to the body. Comes out really fast. There we go. Blocks working. Directional hook into regular. Yep, again, directional hook into regular. One of my favorite combinations. I like to mix it up high and low. Stick to the jab. Beautiful. There we go. Sean working now. Ooh. And as you see, I bounce right into loose movement for a second. Try to give him a different look. And then right back into regular stance. Beautiful counter work right there. Yep, there we go. And then right back into loose movement. And you'll notice I do that a lot. I bounce in and out of stances a lot, depending on what direction I want to move. Yep. It's a big one. Oh, there we go. Oh, I'm working, boy. Oh. And then loose movement again. Now I'm starting that jab. Now this is where he made a mistake. Notice he goes into loose movement with me. You're not gonna cut the ring off or catch up very efficiently going loose. In fact, if you try to play the jab game with somebody who's doing loose movement, jabbing backwards, you're gonna lose every time. The person going forward in loose movement is at a disadvantage. So you gotta go into your regular stance. As you see, I'm staying in loose and just trying to style on him for a little bit. The goal is to get him agitated if possible, and then put some pressure on him from there. You see, I skipped. Ooh, he hurt me. Oh, that boy hitting. Look at my overall health. As you guys saw, I was never really taking a lot of damage, but my health is just getting hit. So I'm gonna start picking it up here because I didn't like that. Right back into my regular stance. Start making a pay. Yep. 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 There we go. Those are all power straights now. You hit a big thud. Yep. 3-piece. Beautiful. Yeah, so he just woke me up, man. When he rocked me like that, it's like there's some things I could have done. I didn't want to pull the trigger too soon, but the moment that happened, I'm like, I really don't want to lose. Also, this guy was undefeated, so I really didn't want to start playing too many games with him. I think he was like 21-0 or something like that. And I always have questions when I see somebody with a perfect record because I'm just always curious. Are they fucking cheating? It's just too rampant right now. And again, look at my block meter. It's just I'm always blocking. I get a lot of blocks, and yet you'll see between rounds, my overall health is just dropping. It's just dropping, and that's crazy considering I'm not getting hit like that. Oh, good work by him. He's doing directional stuff. So he's actually taking a page out of my book. He's doing my combo. Look at that. He's doing, yeah. So at this point, I'm like, you know what? Let me show him how to beat that. Whenever somebody does something that I normally do, best believe I do stuff because I know how to beat the stuff that I do. Right to the body, pull right back. And now we're just locked in now. We're locking horns. We're locking horns. Yep, good shit by him. The big difference is we're shooting the same combo, but I'm going to the body with mine. Yo, this is my third time doing it. Money in the bank. Yep. As you see, he's in his loose movement stance. He's trying to get those hooks off in style and then bounce out, and it didn't do him any favors at all. Now, I'm having some issues here. I can't get his health meter to pop up. Hurt him again. I need to land a hit so I can see what his actual health is looking like, and I just couldn't do it. There it is. So now I'm happy with this. I'm like, you know what? My health sucks, but shit, he hurt too. And that's always good to see, because when I see my health drop, I'm always questioning it. Like, yo, I know I'm hitting this guy too. Hopefully, his shit is dropping as well. And you normally can never tell until you get him rocked. You got to get him rocked, and then you got to hit him at least once to see what their real health is. Now we right back to them blocks. Now the defense shining again. Dude, look, I'm at 35%. But look at my overall, look at my head, like look at my sections. Like, that's crazy, bro. I'm at 35%. Like, how is he doing this type of damage? He's barely hit me. And when I saw that, I immediately went loose movement and started like trying to combo and put that hard straight in there. So you're gonna see me go pop, pop, boom, pop, pop, boom, pop, 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 boom, a whole lot. Protect the chin. Nigga, pressure's out at this point. I'm not gonna dare do that. And he has no idea about what we talked about earlier. He has no idea about the pinpoint method. So he's having issues closing the distance. Again, just stop for a second and literally push that analog stick exactly where I am. You're gonna sprint toward me. Pop, 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 boom. Now, I could be like gay and kind of just continuously move. Like, I didn't have to stop and start blocking there, but I hate doing that shit. So I prefer to do it this way, just because I wanted to be in the mix, and I also don't want him to lose interest. Like right there, you see he just fell back. He totally lost interest. And I can see he was frustrated. But look, I'm below 30% with my overall health, man. At this point, I gotta play it safe. Like, he might rock me on accident, and I'm taking like no damage. Look at my facial damage, bro. It's annoying. So watch this. All of a sudden, we have this connection bar. Now, this is something I know about that connection bar. When you see that connection bar, they're doing the stamina hack. Anytime you see that connection bar and it's constant there, you're getting stamina hacked. And he's gonna see immediately that it's probably happening in reverse for him. Look at that. He threw those two punches, got tired. So he's probably gonna say fuck it. And that's exactly what he did. Again, if you guys are on the Facebook page, you'll see what I'm talking about. Everybody's been talking about it. A lot of the hackers are getting reverse hacked right now. When you hit the button to hack, this shit is reversing them. And like, yeah, suddenly we ain't had lag all fight, and then suddenly we lagging, bro. Like, come on, man, cut it out. And I'm gonna pull his record up and everything right here. Kind of just sat here so you guys can see the score. And yeah, he was 21-0, and he tried that bullshit. We landed a similar contact, but my overall health was just so low, bro. Like, he was hurting the fuck out of me, and I don't know how. But I was still winning handily, thanks to those blocks. But yeah, that's the video. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.